Actually, if I say hello, they still bark. Hi, everyone. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue with Benji and Teddy Bear joining me for Friday edition of Cricut Chat. Are you excited? I'm excited. It's raining like the dickens here, but that's okay because it's Friday and a wise friend of mine, I think it was Aladra Curry, said that we craft on Friday. I don't know. Do you all craft on Friday? Do you take the day and start crafting on Friday? I always thought people did it on Saturday. Me, I do it every day, but I was wondering if you are like a part-time crafter, when you actually craft, do you do it at night? Do you do it in the on the weekends only, or certain nights, or while you're watching TV, or what do you do? I've had a craft studio for a very long time, so I don't have like a TV in here or anything. Sometimes I'll listen to like a podcast or something, but most of the time I'm just here crafting by myself, and I am in bliss. Good morning, Lynn. I think it's blissful to craft. It would be great to craft with other people, and that's why I just love this Cricut this Cricut Chat, actually, because then we get to sort of talk, and I love to hear about you guys and all of that stuff. It's really rainy out, but I'm happy it's not snow. There's some snow coming down in the western part, I think the western part of the state, and up in New Hampshire, I think, but not here. Thankfully, we're on the shore. So, we tend to not get snow even this late, but it's just a tendency because we're coastal. So that's fine. And we need the water because we have to start planting our garden. I'm not very good at gardening, and my girlfriend wants to come over and help me. And I'm like a little afraid because I keep saying I want to plant some vegetables because I got the guinea pigs and all they do is eat vegetables, So I thought, maybe if I plant lettuce or things like herbs and stuff, they love like cilantro and parsley and kale. Oh my God, they love kale. So maybe those things will grow, but I'm a little afraid because I don't like to do things I'm not very good at. I think, is everybody like that? I mean, I think we like to do the things we're best at. I like a challenge, but sometimes I kind of shy away from doing things that I am not so good at or have to be coaxed. And I think gardening is something I have to coax. Good morning, Bran. How are you this morning, darling? How you feeling? Let's see. Oh, so some big local news here is my son on Saturday. No, not Saturday. On Monday, we have a local holiday. It's not a national holiday, and I do not know why, because it's called Patriots Day, and it is the day that the flag was first flown for the Revolution. It's a really big deal here in Massachusetts, especially in Lexington and Concord, which is just down the road. And we all have the day off on Monday. And I think there are only 2 or 3 other states that do that celebrate Patriots Day. Wisconsin, Maine, and maybe like New Jersey or Maryland or something. Good morning. Yeah. I'm going to get to the cards. I promise. Anyway, so Patriots Day is Monday, and last year it was canceled, but I'm thinking this year they might have some more festivities, so we're looking forward to that. But also my son, Owen, it's cold in Colorado. Oh no, I'm sorry about that. Sorry to hear that. So my son, who, I don't know if you guys know this, but a couple of years ago, he was asked by one of my friends he's now a retired fire fighter, and he was asked to be their mascot, which is his name is Sparky the dog. He's like a Dalmatian, big old head and everything, and he was pretty sad when he wasn't going to be able to do, because there's a couple of like citywide events that we do, but last year couldn't do it. So I just got word that there is a young lady here in Peabody, a sweet young lady who ended up with like a tumor on her spine. They had it removed, but now she's paralyzed. So they're doing a lot of like fundraisers and stuff for her. And next Saturday they're having like kind of like a pep rally, and so he's getting to be Sparky for the first time in over a year. So that's really pretty exciting. And I even reached out to one of the guys that I know is sort of working on the promotion of this, and said maybe I could make some decals or something for people, because they're donating money. People are fundraising, and make some decals for like people who give money, because that was a big thing around here when there was another girl maybe about 10 years ago who I think she may have gotten hit by a car, and they had decals on the cars for like slow down for, I think her name was Ella. But so I don't know, I was kind of thinking about that. Anyway, I'm pretty excited because my son's off for the week starting tomorrow, and we're going to be doing a lot of things at home, and I think we're going to try to clean out my basement and where a lot of craft stuff is, and also my attic. It's not really attic, it's an upstairs room. And I'm running out of room here. I mean, I'm literally running out of room. I started off in a little tiny table in a corner, and now I am definitely well into the other half of my patio, of my porch. And I'm thinking, what can I do? What can I take out of here that I can make more room? I don't know. Do you guys get like that? Do you have your own crafting area? And what does it look like? I'd love to see that. So today's Friday, and it's 3D Friday. So that means we're going to be working on some 3D projects. And last week we did a really nice box from Cricut Design Space. But this past weekend, I guess, Lori Whitlock, you guys know, I guess so. I guess it's a good thing. Yeah, we take a little corner. It's only going to be a little corner. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, vinyl goes over here and paper goes over there. And all of my, embellishments, and oh my goodness, it's gotten out of control. Maybe I need a she shed. Maybe I do. I don't know if I have room for a she shed. I've been resisting going upstairs because I like being down here in the thick of things, if people come by and stuff like that. But I was supposed to go upstairs at one point, but I don't know. It makes me feel a little bit far away from everything. Anyway, so Lori Whitlock, one of my favorite designers. It's my Matt cave. It's like a bat cave. It's your Matt cave. I love it, Matt. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so enough chitty chat. There's here we are with Lori Whitlock. So she's one of my favorite designers, and every once in a while she comes out with something called a Friday $5 bundle. Last weekend she did, and then once a month. She gives these, they're called blog hops or something. I don't know what she does with it, but she gives 30% off, sometimes 40. And if you're really lucky, sometimes she does a 50% off one. And so it's going on now until Saturday. So if you see something you like here today or something, you can go there and get 30% off. And this is what is considered an SVG, like an uploadable file. So just so that you know, like Lori also does like silhouette files. Silhouette is the other bigger name, it's not bigger, but the other semi-big name of cutting machines. So their files are different than our files for Cricut. And so they'll come in at SVGs if you purchase them. Now, a couple of people have said, I can't find anything on Lori's site. And I totally get it because she has and I do need one of those dream closets, Deborah. Will somebody nominate me? Because I see all these people getting their dream closets and I'm like, hey, what about me? I need a dream closet. Oh, well, yeah, you work with what you got. And I don't have a dream closet, so if somebody wants to nominate me for one, I'm happy to oblige them. Oh, you did? So somebody won a silhouette. Here's the thing. There's this whole argument goes back and forth. Cricut silhouette, Cricut silhouette. And it's been raging for years. My feeling about it is, a lot of the artist people, they go to silhouette. And I'm not bashing anybody, really. My feeling is I just like the one-on-one, that consumer to company care that they've shown me especially in the last 7 years, but last 5 years, I should say. And I just really, really, really like it. So I'm going to stick with Cricut. It's just my preference, but you don't have to, obviously. There's other machines out there as well, and you can do whatever machine you want. But this is Cricut Chat, so we work on Cricut stuff. So every once in a while, you might want to work outside of Cricut Design Space, and that's okay. And they've set it up so that you can do that. And I am a big proponent of Design Space. So this is not you have to bring you. And I think a couple of people really don't understand what all is in Design Space. There's so many images and we've got a lot of them coming in all the time. But sometimes you want to try somebody else's files, and they each have their own distinct nature. So here, this is Lori Whitlock, but if you're looking at Dreaming Tree, which is at 3D SVG, they have very distinct look and feel to their images. And the other one that's one of my favorites, but she just had a baby, so we haven't seen too much from her, is Mary over at SVG Cuts. So it kind of depends on what you like your end product to look like. I happen to be I like Lori Whitlock. However, her website is difficult to navigate. And so the only way that you're really going to get around it is if you spend a little bit of time here. And I thought I would just mention that once a month at the very least, I come here and I look at all kinds of stuff. I always look at the bundles, which is up here, bundles, because they are special priced. So for instance, this box card envelope bundle, which it has 5 box cards in it, is $11.21. So you can tell from the price that they've discounted it, because usually you pay anywhere from like $1.50 to $2.50 or $3 for one. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's they're probably $3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so they're probably $3 each, making it $15. And then you get a discount by getting the bundle, but then you also get that 30% off discount. So this ends up being, a little bit more than that. And if you want to save even more money, she does have like a subscription program. And I've been in and out of it a couple of times. Her account, her thing, I forget what they call it. But basically, if you spend $10 a month, you get $20 in store credit. So, so if you really, really want to save money and you really, really like Lori Whitlock, you can save quite a bit of money if you are like a subscriber. So let's say you give them $10 each month. It's like a subscription, right? And $10 each month, they give you $20 back. Then you wait for their sale and get 30% off. And if you buy a bundle, you'll end up getting things for pretty cheap. Okay. And that's how Lori's stuff works. And yes, it is a pain to try to find, files. And what's kind of difficult is, her files are little. You know, they're not really, really big. And so you sometimes forget if you purchased one. So I always keep them in a drive over here. You'll see here on my Mac, I keep all of my documents, and I keep my own SVGs. So all my SVGs are listed here. And then under Lori, there's just literally dozens and dozens of files. So that's what I do, even though I do upload them to Design Space. Yes, and that's right. Yes, thank you for mentioning that, Nikki. Lori's downloads expire after, like, I don't know if it's 60 days or 30 days. So if you purchase something from her, make sure you go and download it right away. Even if you're not going to use it right away, just download it. Get in the habit of doing that, because you'll forget anyway, and then you'll go and try to do it, and you'll feel like you'll feel uncomfortable, like, oh, do I have to? You can ask her; she'll make an accommodation for you, of course. But it's best to get into the habit of it. And what's the other thing? The other two big ones, they never expire. So for Dreaming Tree, I always just like forget where I put it, and I go back and just pick it up because I know I purchased it. But sometimes it's a little hard. Anyway, so today I thought that I would work on these. This is a fairly new concoction, fairly new style. I like style. It is a explosion box card. It's sort of a smush, a smash of an explosion box and a box card. And I just thought it was really cute. It has a really cute, like, box type of thing. This would be great if you were giving somebody like a gift card, but you want to just like have a present that they can sort of open. That's what I thought was really nice. So anyway, so the cover comes off like this, and then these little sides come down. It says, "Happy birthday to our little princess." Isn't that cute? So cute. The same thing I have going on here with this "Happy Birthday to You." This is just like a plain old birthday one, and you could certainly jazz it up in any way you want, but then you can put this little cover on or the top on there, and there it is. It's like a little gift. It's kind of cute. I really like it. So I want to show you how to put them together today. And I actually bought this bundle. It was a Friday $5 bundle. And so I got 5 of these files from Lori at $5. They don't discount further than $5, by the way. And then what you do is you would upload each one of them. So here are a bunch of files that I have waiting in the upload for me to work on. So I did buy those envelopes, box cards, and then here are the 5 for $5 of the explosion box cards that I have. So that's what you see on my screen. Here is one of them that is the dinosaur. I will tell you that if you are working with Lori files for the first time, you will note that some of her of the things that she works on, they're extremely tiny, like these eyes and these little itty bitty dinosaur hands and feet. So I have been using, and I know a lot of you were interested in it, but I've been using this thing. It's called a quick stick. I just found out from Michael's, though, they discounted them, so apparently they're out of stock. But they might have them in stock at one of their stores or the store that you go to. But they also have them at Amazon for like $5 because there is a, I don't know, I don't know if they're being discontinued or whatever, but I picked up a couple of them. And so they have this little tip on the end that's kind of like a wax. It's like a sticky wax, and you can push it up. And then also on the back, they have all these, like this little tool that you can use. You can use it to turn paper, or you can use it to make sure something gets stuck in there. I find it quite useful. And if not, you could do whatever you like. You know, you can use, I've used weeders, and I've used tweezers, and I've used pens. Well, not an open pen, but you know, the tip of a pen or whatever, to make sure these little teeny tiny pieces get put on. And then I do want to mention that you can you can swap out stuff for other things. Like if you decide you don't want this color, that color, that's where we get to do whatever we want with another person's file, and we make it unique and we make it our own. Now, when you do bring in a file from Lori or from anybody, you'll notice that some pieces have these little dashes on it. What those are dashed cut lines, and they serve as a scoring line. Now, some people don't like dash cut lines. I happen to like them most of the time. Sometimes I like to use my score wheel, but sometimes I just don't mind this dash cut line. What's great about the dash cut line is you don't have to swap out on your machine and make sure you have either your scoring stylus or your scoring wheel in there on her projects, or anybody that has a dash score line. Also, what's great is that it makes it easy for people who have Joys to use it, because Joy does not have scoring, right? So there's that benefit. But when these come in, they need to be attached to the piece. It might look like they're attached, but they really are not. They're grouped. So to attach them, you're just going to go down the bottom here where there is a paper clip, and we're going to just attach them. It doesn't make it look any different, but it will show you on the top here that it is attached. And once in a while you forget that, and what happens, you end up with like a mat that just has those little dotted lines, those little dashed lines, and then you have to get out and do it over again. So and go back and attach them. So they're usually with her pieces, there's usually 3 or 4 pieces. So here, this is the bottom of the box, and I'm just going to attach it and remove it from the other items, because if you attach it, it might cause problems. Like it might cause you to, let's see what happens if I do attach it from here. Attach. I don't know if it's going to, no, it doesn't seem to work. Sometimes if you try to attach it and there are other pieces on it, it attaches those items to that piece, but in this case, not so much. So that's good. Now let's talk about this, which it's upside down, so I'll just turn it around. This is on most all of her cards, she has this come in with it's usually as a cut. So let's look over here. Yeah. So if you look over here, you can see it says cut. Now, I don't know about you, but if you were to cut this out, this teeny tiny thing out, I would be going crazy mad trying to figure that out. So what I tend to do is I will either flatten them and print then cut them, or I will switch them to pen and use a pen. But sometimes the pen, when you switch it, it turns into bubble letters. And so there is that. The other thing I hadn't really thought of is, but you could cut it out in vinyl and maybe put it on with vinyl. I hadn't really thought of that. I've always just switched it either to pen or print then cut. Now, when I started thinking about this, print then cut, it can be a little wasteful of your paper if you do just one print then cut. But then I started thinking, if I bought 5 files and each of those files had this little sentiment on it, and then I'm going to make 2 of each, right? So there's 10. So what I could do is I could make my make it so that I have 2 boxes. Remember we were doing that before, where we made these things here we go. So we made our original file. Okay, I'm tripping over my words today. We made our open file window from Design Space smaller, and then we went up here to File, New Window. Okay, so that way we could have 2 windows going at the same time. So I was trying to think, what can I use this for? But I think I've got a solution. So what if I took all of my files, and for instance, I want to take this happy birthday to you, which I'm going to flatten for this case. And what if I just selected it and I did the Command copy and put it on here, Command paste, and I did this with all of my files. So let me just save this one. I did this with all 5 of the files that I bought. Dinosaur. Okay. I'm not even going to put it in a collection. So then I went and I opened up, let's see, my projects. I opened up the birthday one for the princess birthday one. And then I just proceeded with taking each of those pieces. This one here, which we can change to, we can change it to, whole thing to basic cut. And all right, I'm having a little trouble here. I'm going to flatten it. And why didn't it? Well, it didn't work, but so I'm an idiot. But okay. Well, anyway, where is it? It's over here. Okay. So then I could really basically go through all of these and do Command C, or if you have a Windows-based operating system, you could do Control C, I think, and then come over to this other one and do Control V, and you can take pieces from each of those and then cut them separately. I don't know. Is that a good idea? Maybe it is a good idea. I don't know. So that's what I was thinking on how to use those 2 windows. If you want to, find a reason to use 2 windows, keep 2 windows open. I think that would be very efficient and you wouldn't use up a lot. Yeah, it might have, Susan. You wouldn't use up a lot of paper to do your print then cut. It would be more efficient, I suppose. All right, so there's that. Let's put these things together. I have only 2 cut out, so I'm going to show you how to put both of them together. I have a birthday one, and then I also have this little princess one, and I decided my princess needed to be brown because I think princesses should be brown. So that's what I did. Oh, you did, huh? Nikki used 2 machines to put these together. And that's pretty awesome. So it's really fun to see how other people are doing these things. So anyway, as I mentioned, there are some pretty small pieces, and Nikki did mention, you can flatten things. For instance, like with the princess, you could certainly flatten this and then it would print and cut as one piece. I am a traditionalist, so I just cut them all out and piece them together, and that's how I'm going to show you. But if you want to, you can flatten these, okay? Thank you for mentioning that, Nikki. So this project, or these projects, consists of 2 pieces. This is the top, and you see there are all the dashed cut lines here, and then we have tabs, and it's just going to simply fold like this and become the top of the box. And then here is the bottom, but this one has a bottom piece to it, the square. So what you would do is you would fold them at all the dash cut lines, like right here, and do bring these 3 things down because that's important. We're going to need those little flaps. Okay, and then we're going to, we can flip it over and fold at all of these tabs so we can put the bottom piece on, you see, and then this side tab. All right. So all of the files in this grouping are pretty much the same. So what you're going to do is assemble the top and the bottom. First, fold all of those score lines, which I'm doing both ways because I like that. And I do it this way. I tend to glue it up. Where's my glue? Oh, here it is. I tend to glue it closed and then decorate and then put it together because I find it's easier that way. But you do you. You know, you do whatever works for you. But the way that these are going to go together is that these flaps are going to be down like this. And then a bigger piece is going to be up here. This piece does not fold down, okay? And I have cut out all of these little box pieces. So I'm going to show you. Two box pieces. There's a lot of them, so don't freak out when you have all these mats. And this is a great use of your leftover pieces, your scrap pieces. So these ones here, the ones that have a nice little edge here, are the ones that are going on these flaps that stick out. Like this. Yeah, they're really cute. She makes really cute files. And I really enjoy them. They're very clean. The other thing that people might not know about her is that she also does a lot of designing for Echo Park Paper Company, which is a paper that I like to use, and I've shown you those before. And so a lot of her paper works well with her designs, which I really, really like, and actually used Echo Park for the princess one. All right, this is why I like to do it flat. Okay, and then we need to find the piece that's going to go in the back. But this particular file, I used paper that I got from Die Cuts with a View. It was called Confetti Fun, I believe. Uh-oh, I think the dog walker is here. Or maybe, I don't know. No, it's just somebody next door. No, it's not the dog walker. All right, so then on the outside of these, we're going to put, this is on the base. Now, this is important to do the base because that's the part you're going to see. See that? So, and we're putting a matching but complementary paper on there. So this is the bottom pieces, or these are the bottom pieces that you're going to put on. Interestingly, though, they only give you 3 cutouts. So if you wanted to put a 4th one, you could. You can just, copy and paste a 4th one on there. 3's fine, though. I kind of look at it like a recipe. you know, when you get a recipe, there are some people that will follow that recipe right to the right exact, right? And some people, like me, will go, I probably would put some dill in here, or I don't like that there's this much of that in there, so I'm going to put less of it, or, you know, and it can be a little bit annoying when you're really first starting out as a cook or somebody cooking, but I like to read all of those little comments. I did this. I cooked it for this long, and because everybody does things differently, right? And so the same with these files is that, you know, you can flatten them, you can use glitter, you can put it together in a different way, and everybody's going to come out different, but the end result is basically what, you know, the recipe started as. We hope, anyway. All right, so this is the bottom of the box, and we're going to make sure that that is really squared off, because it's going to make a difference when we put the top on. So do make sure when you put it on that it's really squared off. And if it helps, you can lay it on the with upright and use your whatever you're doing with, you know, this or a pen or whatever, the back of a Cricut tool kind of thing, because you do want it to be able to close with the top on it. Okay, so there's the bottom of the box. We still have to put stuff inside, but here's the top. So let's decorate the top as well. And also we'll do the bow when we do the top, okay? So the top is just one piece, and we're going to put all of these pieces on here. And then there's the top of very top of the box. So go ahead and glue them. Now, if you aren't used to working with paper and you're looking for a good glue, this is the glue that I use. It's called Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. You don't need to use this glue. However, if you are going to be doing a lot of paper crafts, then I would recommend it for sure. I would recommend it. There are other glues as well. So if you're using, like, for instance, art glitter glue, or even just Elmer's glue, the trick to glue is just go easy. Don't use a lot, okay? Because you really don't need a lot. And then if you use too much, it takes a really long time to dry, and often it will seep out, and sometimes it can warp your paper, make your paper all sort of warpy looking. So you see, I just put a really thin, like line on there, and that makes it all just fine. So on top of this goes a little bow, which I think is really cute. So let me show you how this goes together. It actually consists of 4 pieces. This is the bow, and these are the tails of the bow. And then you have here, which is the center. So let's take the bow part first. And I always like to sort of kind of train it. Let's say train it. Train it to sort of, instead of bend, it's going to bow. It's going to bow. So it's going to be easier. It is paper, and paper is made up of fibers, and fibers will, you know, sort of move with your fingers. So just try to do this first so that it kind of looks like a cup. And then we're going to take and put one little dot of glue in the center. See that? We're going to start working with one of these. Do not fold it, but just kind of bend it in. And we're going to hold this here for just a couple seconds. And maybe while you're doing that, you can kind of like just play with that bend a little bit. And once it's caught, it's not completely dry, but once it's caught on there, do another dot of glue and bend. See that? Hold it. Sometimes they let go, and that's okay. All right, another little dot of glue. Bend. There we go. And then the fourth. That one I sort of creased a little bit, but I should have been a little gentler about it. Okay, so and then the tails of the bow, they crisscross like this. Okay, and then the final piece is this little rectangle. And the way that I did it, and here's the thing about Lori's files, there's not often a lot of direction on them, so you have to kind of just sort of go with the flow. So this is what I think this is for. I turned it into a tube like this, just like that. Oh, sorry. So a tube. Sorry. So here's the top, right? So here's the top, the bow itself. These are the legs. What do you call them? The tails. I'm sorry. So, I'm sorry, guys. All right. And then we're going to glue that on there. So I take this little rectangle and I turned it into a circle, a tube. And I am going to put one little dot of glue in there, and I'm going to place it in there with the glue side down. Come on. Coax it in. This is where this helps. There we go. I'm just going to hold it for just a second because I want it to grab. Okay? And then I'll turn this over. Put a little glue in across. Whoops. There we go. Again, I'm going to use this just to hold it. Teddy bear's awful barky today. I apologize. Okay, so this is going to be the top. You can put it on first or after. It's up to you what you want to do. I think I'll wait until after, and I'm going to put this top together. I know it is very hard to find files on her site, and I would suggest, if you are somebody's asking about what's the name of this file, this is actually called an explosion box card. I would not put the word card at all in her search engine. Just put the word explosion. We can come back and look at that, okay, at the end. But just put the word explosion in. It will bring up a number of files, but it should bring up these ones as well, okay? So I am just making sure this is put together just like a regular box top. And make sure you're getting those edges in there too. We want it to be nice and squared off. It's going to be important when we put it together. Okay. Does that help, Lynn? Yeah? Okay, so let me just show you because we still have some things. Thank you for posting the link, whoever just did. Yes, thank you, Annette. We're going to, this is how it's going to go together, just like that. So that's why we have to make sure it's really squared off. And then our bow will go on there. Just put a little tiny bit of glue on there. And I kind of like to put it on more of an X, like a, so that it's just tiny bit reaching out here. Okay. Now for the inserts. The inserts are what makes this a box card, okay? So first of all, here's what I did with her little, before I got the idea to do a separate window with all of her little things on it. I actually did this in pen, and then it came out bubbled, yes, but I actually filled it in with pen so that I didn't have to cut it out. I don't know that I would do it in vinyl, but I suppose you could. I like the flatten the best, but I just don't like to waste the paper. And this here, yeah, this is not a real traditional box card, so it is not going to fold flat. This is the kind of thing you have to give to somebody in person or put it inside of a box that you're sending them or something. So, sadly, this does not fold. Let's see. So one of the inserts, there's 3 inserts. There's this one that goes in the front, and it has a little star. Too much glue. Too much glue, Rita. Okay. So this one has a little star. And look, I put too much glue, and now the gold is going to be... All right. And it gets the glue in the front like this. And then you put it to the front inside. Uh-oh, somebody passed? Hi, Jackie. Okay, so there is actually the first one. It's not numbered. Yes, you could. You could mail it flat, especially if you're going to mail it to another crafter, I think. But if mailing to, say, I don't know, to a little kid or whatever. But not all of her designs are mailable, sadly. Okay, so we're just putting all the little decorative touches on her insert. So there, the first insert is just this giant birthday present, and the second insert is 3 balloons. Now there is also, on this particular file, there is also a little like strings for the balloons. I didn't cut them out because I figured I would just use a pen to shade them in. I wanted to show you that you didn't have to cut them out. You could certainly cut them out, but I just wanted to show you that you don't always have to cut out even the very small ones. Okay. And then what you would do is take your pen, wherever it happens to be. Where's my pen? Here it is. And just do your own little, maybe you have a fancy pen that you could use. All right. There you go. Okay. So there are 2 inserts. We already put that one in there. I always put the back insert in first. Don't ask me why. I don't know why, but I always do. So we're going to fold them here. See, I know it's the back one because there's 2 on it. And I am going to put glue on these 2 tabs. Sort of tuck them in and wedge them inside, and I make sure that fits close to the back. Now this won't really matter because you're not folding it up, but normally when you're doing it this way, you have to make sure that these are parallel, okay? Because because then you would have to fold it. But in this particular case, you don't really have to worry about that. And then I take the next one and I push it to the front of the back one. Does that make sense? Front of the number 2, like this. Now I suppose you could put it in the number 1 first and then the second, but I don't know. I just always do it that way. And then what you would do is just sort of raise up all of these sides and then take and gently, the glue is still wet, but gently put the top on, and there it is. It's like a little box. So cute. Maybe you can put a little to and from here. I really like that. So let's do the princess one. Really also adorable. It's the same layout. The 3 opens up with the inserts like this and has a double bow on the top. So I thought this was kind of cute. So I wanted to show you this. Now, after I put it together, I thought, you know, there needs to be some glitter on here. So for the second one, I cut out in glitter castle and stuff like that. So let me show you how this one goes together. Very similarly, these are all our little extra pieces, and there are some really small, especially for the princess. There are some really, really small pieces. So again, if you want to, you can do a print then cut and just flatten those pieces. Nobody's stopping you. Hey, this is Cricut Chat. We can do what we want, right? That's what I always say, you guys. Do what you want to do. If it makes you happy, darn it, just do it. Okay, so here is the bottom, and I'm going to get all of these pieces that are decorative pieces. We're going to glue this together after you fold at the dash cut lines. Glue this together. You don't have to glue it together first, but I just always do. It's force of habit. So I glue it together. Then I bend down these little flaps, and then I have to sort through these. So these ones here with the decorative edge go here. Now you could flip it over because I'm using Echo Park paper for this, but I think what I'll do is I'll put on the flaps this, and I'll flip over on the sides. That's what I did with the first one, and I think it will look really good. So let's put these 3 on here. Flip over. Here we go. Okay. So tomorrow is Saturday. It's our date night. Saturday night. Whoops, wrong way. So I was thinking that I would assemble the Boxwood Wreath. I'm going to share with you the file and all of the materials ahead of time, so you can decide if you want to do it or not, or just come for the, camaraderie, whatever you want to do. So we're going to do a Boxwood Wreath, and it's like, I think it's a 12 or 14 inch wreath form. And I use that green wreath form. I have to run out and get another one. But I use that green wreath form, and I wrap it in burlap, and then I start putting the boxwood. It's very simple, but it just takes a lot of time. So, all right, so let's put these little side pieces on. And then on Sunday, I'm still not quite sure. It's a joy day, and maybe we're either going to do signs, or we're going to talk about the different size cards again, and show you how to cut them from your own paper. So I hope you'll join me. And then we start everything all over again. Do remember, if you have not put your name in for the giveaway, that you do that, because we've got one more week of that. We're giving away a Cricut Joy, and I call it a Bundle of Joy because I handpicked a whole bunch of products that I think, having used the Joy myself for the past year, that I think that you'll really like. And so I put together a little bundle of Joy. It includes the Joy machine and a bunch of stuff that you can get going right away. And we are going to be having this giveaway once a month for the next 6 months, this month included. So for the next 6 months, I'm giving away a bundle of joy, one bundle of joy to some lucky winner. And all you have to do is follow me. basically put your, follow me on YouTube. You do have to submit your name and your email address. That's it. Share if you're already following me. That's it. So just because you might be following me in month 1 doesn't mean that you can't put your name in month 5. So there are plenty of chances to win. And then in addition to that, we give away monthly prizes of $50 worth of Cricut materials, like retail value Cricut materials, $50. It changes every month. So those are given away on like sometimes on the Zoom call. Like this month, the Zoom call got them, plus my Patreon. So if you are a patron on Patreon, you will have opportunity to be one of the winners for that. So I kind of put that aside as a thank you to my patrons. What else is there to know? What else is there to know? Yeah, I think there's a sale going on with the infusible ink. I can't wait to get my infusible ink. I did get my new rotary blade replacement. I want to show you how to replace the blade so that even if you don't have, maybe I'll do that on Monday because I did get that in. Plus I also got some washable markers in that fit in the machine. So I'll show you how to do that on Monday. I think that would be a good idea. Okay. Oops. I'm rushing, so, you guys will do it much better because you won't be distracted by having to talk, putting it together. All right, so this isn't quite dry yet, but we will fold in these tabs, put some glue on them. One of my favorite files with Lori is a tissue box cover. If you guys want to see, I make these, I just buy the cheapo tissue boxes at the grocery store. I don't even buy the fancy brand. So I always cover it with my paper and I sort of change it around by the season. So at Christmas or the fall or spring, especially spring, because I just get so many allergies in the spring. If you guys want to see how to put that together and also where to find the file on her site, I could list that on my page. Oops. Oh, well. All right, so there is the majority of it. I didn't square it off here, so it might not close right. Come on. Okay, I'm rushing. I know, I get all nervous. Okay, so there is the main pieces, the top and the bottom. There are the main pieces, the top and the bottom, and they're going to go like this. Now let's do the inserts and the double bow, okay? All right, so let's do the double bow first because I thought it was cute. And here's the inserts. So this is a double bow, which confused me at first, but I liked it after I figured it out. It's essentially the same thing as the bow that we did for the birthday one. This is actually a cutout piece. All right, so it has these two tails, which you can glue together, just like this. Get that out of the way. And then we're going to train these bows just like we did before, just like that. Oh, and if you're wondering about the Kleenex or the tissue boxes, I actually leave the open the bottom open so that, for instance, when I run out of the Kleenex, I don't have to throw away the pretty box. The only time I have to throw away the pretty box is if it gets damaged or something. So if it was in your bathroom or something, but I have tissue boxes all over the house. Okay, here we go. We're going to do the same thing with the bows. We're going to do 2 different bows, and then we're going to attach them together. So here we go. Dot here. Hold it for a second. Turn it. Whoopsie. You have to hold it for longer than that, Rita. Come on now. Don't get lazy. And another dot. Here. Turn it. Okay. Dot. I'm not in. Get closer so you can see what I'm doing. I get so excited I forget that I'm on camera, you know? I don't know how you guys put up with me, really. All right. So here we're going to do this twice. Okay. Dot in the middle. Oops, let the cover. Here we go. Because you love me. Thank you, Laurie. I know. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, so my sister bought me this really big cake, right? And it was bigger than normal. I mean, it was a really big cake. And I was like, she left it. She didn't even take any with her. And I'm like, damn. Because she's like, I gotta watch my sugar. And so I'm like, what am I going to do with all this cake? And I said to Owen, you can help me eat this cake? I can't eat this giant cake all by myself. Well, he goes, Mom, don't worry. All right. Last night I went and looked, and he had taken all those roses right off the cake. He just took them all off. I was like, oh man, I did ask for help, but gosh darn it. Right? So, so there's that. Okay. So we have these 2 done. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a healthy dose of glue here, and then we're going to kind of crisscross them. And then this is where we need this bit. We're going to press them down so it looks like a really floofy bow, like the kind they put on Lexuses when they have those September to Remember or whatever it is, December to Remember events. Wouldn't you just love buying one of those bows or making one? I mean, come on. You have to be really spoiled to get one of those bows. Anyway, I might as well put the bottom there, and we've got to really make sure it's stuck on there good because we don't want our bow to come off. All right, and then the last piece of the bow, again, I'm just kind of like making it into a tube, a loop. Don't know. Let's call it a tube. Put a little tiny bit of glue there. See that? I think they must give you those bows. I mean, come on, where else are you going to get it? And what husband or whatever significant other would actually make it? They must give you those bows, but I mean, for the price of the car, they've got to. Who knows? I'm not ever going to know. I'm never going to find out. But okay, so there's our double bow. Isn't it cute? So cute. And we can put it on top here. And then let's go ahead and do those inserts. hold that on there. Oh, yeah. I mean, you probably have to buy it. I'm not suggesting that the dealership would actually give it to you. All right. So here are the inserts. So as I mentioned, it originally was said to cut it out in white, and I thought, that looks kind of blah. So I cut it out in glitter, pink glitter, which I thought was cool. And I'm actually pretty surprised that this doesn't have even more pieces to it, because she does have a tendency to really gild the lily with some of these designs, okay? And has a lot of little teeny tiny pieces there. So, but there's our number 2. That one was easy. And then number 1 is these flowers, which I cut out both in glitter and in pink. I think maybe I could do one, every other or something. But so the original one, I think I cut it out in this same color as the box. And then here's the glitter one. See how that thing works? And it's up to you. I'm just, be inventive. And then even there are these little teeny tiny dots for the inside of the flowers. And I'm like, oh man, you're killing me here, Lori. So you can put those little teeny tiny dots if you remembered to take them off. And look, I can't even find one. The other one. Is it around here? No. All right. So there's that insert, and let us put together the princess. Now, the princess requires a few things, especially with her face, that I didn't realize when I did it the first time. So then I ended up using, where's her hair? Oh, it's over here. Okay. So here's her hair, right? That goes first. And then you can put her dress on here like this. And then the face, which you can cut out in any color you want, you actually take this little tiny bit of a bar and put it here to do the cheeks. And then, I don't know. Oh, then you do this right here. I don't know. Seems rather odd to me. Wait, here we go. This for the mouth, the white for the mouth. I don't know. It seemed like a lot of work to me. So I think maybe next time I did this, I would probably flatten it and then, or do what I just did before, which was I used my pen to fill in the cheeks and the eyes. I also used a pen. So here we go. Dress would look really cute in glitter too. And she has her little toes sticking out there, which is cute. Now get this. These little teeny tiny pieces, these are her, like, what do you call those? The little puff sleeve. They go on here. You gotta be kidding me. I was like, what? That's so tiny. So, I don't think anybody's gonna miss them if they're not there, but you do you, right? I don't know. So again, good candidate for flattening, of course. Am I in the way? I don't know. Am I in? A lot of really teeny tiny bits here. And we're running over the hour. So, I don't know. This is this is a challenge, I think, for her beautiful files, is that sometimes it's just a little too small. And I have big-ish fingers, but And then look, here are her arms. Little dots for the arms. I think the dinosaur I'm going to flatten. All right. Come on, girl. Okay, here. Of course, she's got her hand folded in front of her. And then there's her face. Put a little dot there. Almost done. Stick with me if you can. But if you have to duck out, that's okay too. All right. And then she has a little piece for her hair. At least that's what I think it's for. There's the hair. Okay. And of course her crown. But before I put the crown on, I'm just going to take my little pen and I'm just going to fill in her cheeks. It's really bright. Maybe she has scarlet fever. All right. And then her eyes. Cute, cute, cute. Let's glue her to the insert and put on her crown. And then we can put those inserts in. Here we go. All right, so here are inserts. These are all just little extras. Here are inserts. And here's the box. We're going to put this on here. Again, you either switch it to a pan and then write fill in the bubble letters, or my preferred thing would be to do print and cut. The flowers go in the front just like this. Isn't that cute? Yeah, right. She's embarrassed. But she's smiling. So, yeah, I guess so. All right. So, number 2, we're going to fold at these, at the dash cut lines. Put a little bit of glue on each one. Fold it in. And wedge it in there real good. See that? And then our princess. Fold it there and there. And put that in there. And then you have a box card, explosion box card. Oh, come on. Somebody beeped their horn. And of course, my traffic cop dog needs to have something to say about it. Isn't it cute? Real cute, right? And then you just fold up all of these tops and gently get that on there. And it's done. Oh, really? I cut some corners, though. I don't think I work that fast. You guys have to sit there and watch me put them all together. So here is our happy birthday, just the plain happy birthday. Woo! And do what you want here. I mean, this is just, I did it in these colors because I thought I like these colors. And then here is our princess one. Of course, all the glue is still drying and I'm having trouble getting it open. Oh, there we go. Okay, and there's the princess one. So cute. I just think this would make a darling gift for some little lady. And maybe you're going to give her a gift card to her favorite shopping store or something. But real cute. So in terms of where to find these on Lori's site. Again, it is a little difficult, but I think if you just were to go up here to search and type in explosion, it will return all of the explosion boxes, including these ones that we did today. So there's the mermaid. I didn't do the mermaid, but there is a mermaid. There's a dinosaur. There's the regular one. This one is a floral one. And then you can buy it in a bundle. It was, let's see, is this the same? It was $5 last weekend. I'm sorry, guys, but you can. It's $13.45, but you can get the 30% off. Just don't forget to use the that coupon, or the coupon code, which is APR for April 2021. Okay, and I just tell you about these things. She's not an affiliate, I'm not an affiliate of hers or whatever. I just really like her stuff. But if you see fit, send her a little note saying, hey, I really like your stuff, and I saw it on Rita, Miss Rita to the rescue, and maybe she'll I don't know. Last time I talked to her, she said that she was trying to work up an affiliate program. And I said, well, whatever you can do, but didn't happen. So anyway, all right, guys, people, everyone, we're done for the day. I hate to leave on Friday. It feels like a finale, but we'll see you on Saturday night at 7:00 here on Facebook Live, and we are going to be doing a really beautiful Boxwood Wreath from Leah. I will post those, the file. It's really just one, actually there's 3 of the exact same branch, and I cut them out actually did 2 colors. I was contemplating a third, but so I cut out a lot of them for my wreath, and we'll put that together tomorrow night, and then that will be a fun Saturday night. Yeah, I know she doesn't do a lot of instructional videos. She's awful sweet, but she's like, do you know how long I've been doing this for? Like, whenever I talk to her, she's like, you do realize how long I've been doing this for, kind of thing. So she's she's really nice. Anyway, we'll see you again tomorrow. Snow, you have snow, Deborah? Wait, you're in Wakefield, Deborah, aren't you? Are you in Wakefield? You can't have snow. We're not getting snow. All right, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Take care. Hope you get some crafting in. Bye. You're welcome.